Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Madanpalli Institute for Civil Services. So, today we are going to see a brief discussion on a specific topic, that is net neutrality. So, nowadays we are hearing a lot on the net neutrality. So, net neutrality is a topic, it is so relevant this week because the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, so which is called as TRAI. So, TRAI, it is in latest news, the news regarding TRAI's submission of net neutrality principles to Department of Telecommunication. Do you know what is Department of Telecommunications? It comes under Ministry of Communication. So the Ministry of Communications has a department which is called Department of Telecommunications, and it has accepted recommendations of TRAI's principles over net neutrality. So what are all those rules regarding net neutrality? We'll discuss that. And what do you mean by net neutrality? What are all the effects of this new net neutrality rules that has been floated by this department? So all the issues regarding this net neutrality we're going to discuss now. So firstly, why is it in news? So Telecom Commission, the Telecom Commission is the highest authority or highest decision making body in the Department of Telecommunications, which is headed by an IAS officer, that is Aruna Sundararajan. So it is headed by Telecom Commission is headed by IAS officer Aruna Sundararajan. It is the highest decision making body. So it has decided to accept the TRAI's recommendations on net neutrality. So new rules regarding net neutrality will come into place. It will come into place in India. So with this, India has become the world's strongest net neutrality country. So you have seen in news continuously that in last month USA has backed off from the net neutrality policy which has been put forth under Obama regime. So now there is no certain principles or rules which will be in favor for the net user, that is consumer, but it will favor the uh, operators, internet service providers or companies. So in the wake of the US backtracking from the net neutrality principles, and India coming out with the strongest rules, net neutrality rules, which protects the consumer or internet accessor, is a great step forward. So great step forward. So what are basically these rules? Let us see what is the importance of this rule. So these rules will prevent the discrimination or any interference with the data by the internet service providers. So internet service providers, what are these internet service provider? Now you know that Bharati Airtel or Reliance Jio or Bharati Airtel, or what do you call Vodafone. So every player that has been in the recent days or recent times who are providing internet are called as internet service providers, ISPs. But whereas the telecom operators like Bharati and Jio, so there will be specific companies which are operating telecom providers. So those are called as telecom companies. But in India, both the internet service providers and the telecom companies are the same. There is no difference between telecom companies and the internet service providers, because both the operations were being done by the same telecom companies. So okay, the internet service provider shouldn't discriminate between a data. Discriminate between a data means they shouldn't discriminate a what do you call, so like we'll be having video calls in the Skype, or we'll be having WhatsApp calls. So actually we are bypassing a telephone conversation that we need to do by a phone. What do you call, a feature phone? Main duty is to have the telecom operations like a video, not only video calling, just calling and exchanging messages, that is text, for which we'll pay. Then if you are not paying and using like features like WhatsApp or Skype, then actually it is a dent on the profits of telecom operators, right? It is dent in the profits of the telecom operators. So they are not getting anything, but they are providing internet, and we are again not using their services. Like that means now I will take a Geo sim. I am having internet data on mobile, and I will pay certain price for the internet data, but where I am using that data not for browsing or something other things, or watching a video and all, but I am using that to communicate. So but the basic communication is a basic feature of the feature phones. That means where we will be charged per minute or per second. So we are being charged for texting or calling, no, but that is being bypassed. Nowadays we are using WhatsApp for messages, and what we are using the Skype or other video calling apps that are there for calling and messaging. So it will be obviously a dent in them. So what those people are, telecom operators are feeling, that would be a dent in their finances. So those people are saying that we have to charge for the services provided by WhatsApp or Skype. So in 2014, this debate started in 2014. In 2014, Bharati Airtel has come out for the for charging of services, for charging of calls, or for charging of text that we do in this apps like WhatsApp or Skype and all those things. But there has been a uproar over that period, and that Bharati Airtel has backed off on their proposal. So because there was a lot of outcry, there is a lot of public outcry. That means internet service providers are flouting their norms. So internet is no more a free accessible service to all the users. So that is the point where the debate has been started. That is in 2014, Bharati Airtel's program. So just to give a brief introduction, I started with that. So let us see what is basically net neutrality means. Net neutrality implies that an internet service provider should treat the all internet traffic equally. That means they shouldn't discriminate against the type or destination or origin of a content or means of transmission. So what do you mean by this destination? This is also dot, like destination, origin, type of content. So earlier we have seen that in 2014, Bharati Airtel has discriminated a certain type of content provided by certain apps. So it is a discriminatory feature. That means we have to have, as a consumers, we should have equal access to the whatever the feature they will provide. We are paying for the net na, then why again the type of usage of the net is being charged? For example, net data 1 GB per day means we are using that data according to our convenience. We may use that data for browsing or for seeing videos, or we can video call, or we can message, no? Then why again a particular charge on video calling or calling or texting? That is discriminatory, right? So they cannot define our choices. That means they cannot define how we choose to use that data. They means internet service providers cannot differentiate that content, right? That is called discrimination between the type of data, origin or destination of data. So okay, for example, another feature I'll give. In 2015, Facebook has come out with a zero rated program. These are called zero rate programs. Why? Because they have come out the program like free basics or internet.org. So the program name launched by Facebook is free basics or internet.org program. What does that program intended to? It intends to provide certain features like Wikipedia, obviously Facebook app, and the other weather, AccuWeather. So there are some features like knowing weather and Wikipedia and Facebook and so on at free of cost to the developing countries people. So the Facebook intended to provide certain features to developing countries people at a free charge, and also the people who doesn't have any internet and all. So actually that is a good idea, no? Providing free to the people who don't have access to internet is a good decision. But again, then why it has been anti net neutrality? Yes, it has a features that is flouting the norms of net neutrality, because they are providing only some data as free but not every data as free. That means they are being tied up with the what do you call, so popular or charismatic websites or charismatic popular content providers, they are tied, Facebook has tied with those people and providing free to the citizens meet. It is a different marketing strategy. It is nothing but a different marketing strategy. If at all they want to serve the people or country, they have to provide free of cost the all the data, not particular websites, right? So actually it is also an anti net neutrality. So that has also been blocked by Indian government. So that has also been blocked by Indian government. It was not encouraged by the government of India. So that is the another point you have to note. Free basics for internet program, internet.org program by the Facebook has been blocked by the government of India. That has been floated in 2015. And later, in 2017, that is in last year, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, TRAI, has come out with net neutrality principles after a year-long debate. So there has been a debate that has been continued in the public platform also. So then again, it has flouted certain norms. It has flouted certain norms. So actually, that norms has been accepted by the Telecom Commission now. So that norms has been, TRAI's norms or rules has been accepted. Now those rules were accepted by the Telecom Communication chaired by Aruna Sundararajan. So now not only those, it has come out with a new telecom policy 2018. So India has come out with a new telecom policy 2018. So people who are preparing for civil services has to dig deeper into what is the telecom policy 2018 and how far it is different from the earlier policies. That also you have to dig deeper and do research. So now we have got what is net neutrality. Net neutrality means internet service provider shouldn't treat internet traffic differently. They have to treat equally all the data irrespective of their origin, type and the destination of the content or means of transmission. So that should be equal, so that the consumer, end consumer, that means we as internet users will be having our own choice to make good decisions. So practically also we'll see that certain apps who are startups, the important point or practical point that we will see when we observe in the common life is there will be app developers. So those people are generally startups, right? So if these internet service providers or telecom operators will discriminate these startups by accepting payments from the higher end established providers like Facebook or Twitter, and they will discriminate these startups, means these startups will never see the light of the day. These startups will never see the day after day, so light of the day. So that what will happen next? There will be no innovation. There will be no innovation. So the innovation will be hijacked by the high end people. That means who can afford to pay prices to those internet service providers will be at the advantage. Another example I will give is certain websites will be listed in the first titles of the page when you search Google, like IAS academies. Only certain websites will be at the top of the list. All the other websites will be at the end of the page. Why is it so? Because the top page listed websites have paid some amount to the Google or other browsers for this facility. So for this facility they have already paid. So these type of malpractices will be occurring if we encourage a non-net neutrality regime. So net neutrality regime is a win-win situation. Mostly it is a pro consumer situation. So it has to be there, especially in this fragile situation in the world, like US has been backed off from the net neutrality principle. So India is taking a lead in this direction. Okay, you can get mains questions like why is net neutrality so important, and discuss about the new telecom policy 2018 of government of India. So this type of mains question you will get. Apart from that, prelims questions in group 1, group 2 or other competitive examinations, they will ask like Telecom Commission is chaired by, so Aruna Sundararajan, as we have discussed, and other also Department of Telecommunications. It will come under MeitY, that means Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, or Ministry of Telecommunications. You have to choose between the best one, that is the correct choice. Okay, these are all the prelims question, these are all the mains question. Hope that you have understood about this net neutrality principle. Okay. Thank you.